Hey guys, Bodhi here from Pierce Maker Studios, bringing you another video. Today I am going to be reviewing the Shark Matrix robot vacuum, and here we are in real time. It is a vacuum only robot. I've had this thing for quite a while now, almost a full year at this point. It is December. I bought it in January of last year. So let's see how this thing cleans. I have had this thing in multiple areas, but I've never made a full video about it, so I'm going to do that today. A couple things I'm going to say right off the bat. This is a Shark vacuum, of course, Shark robot vacuum. So it definitely has its pros and cons. Let's look at it. It does have LiDAR, which is nice for, this thing does have pretty good navigation. Not bad at all. Usually, I mean, unless there's obstacles, this thing's obstacle avoidance is crap. I don't think it really has it. If maybe that might be one right there. I don't know what's in there, nothing. That might be one, but this thing is not an obstacle avoidance robot at all. So do not expect that from this robot. But its navigation is pretty good. So if you don't have obstacles, it usually makes it back. It has one side brush that turns, of course, that will get some long hair wrap on it eventually. This thing, in terms of a hair wrap robot, it's not like great, but it's not terrible either. Like there is a comb down there to try to get long hairs, which does it, like I said, a decent job at, but not great. In terms of its actual vacuuming performance, it's pretty good. I had this thing, this thing's like most location has been in my friend Bruce's salon. And it does pretty well there. Like I said, hair wrap happens occasionally, but not all the time. It, of course, has this regular spinning wheel at the front. And okay, we're gonna not do that. And they have fall-off sensors over here that needs to be cleaned every now and again. And there are also, of course, the charging, which goes over there. Here's the dustbin. I haven't cleaned this since it was at the salon last, so let's look how this thing is doing. I'm sure it's definitely got, hold on. It definitely has some. Okay, so that's the filter. You're gonna need to clean that one every once in a while. Probably like if you run this thing every day, you probably want to do that every 2 or 3 weeks, just to make sure because if you don't clean that, that is where you get all your suction down there. And basically what happens is all of that suction, so the hair doesn't get in the fan or in the dust, that filter keeps it away. And if all that hair and dust is building up on that filter, I mean, it's not gonna pull as much hair into the actual vacuum. And of course, here are your actual wheels. But yeah, overall, I've liked this vacuum. I don't love it. I mean, there's just better things you can get. But for when you can get this thing on Amazon refurbished for $150 and sometimes even less, it is 100% a buy on there. They don't have the odor neutralizing that I like with a lot of these vacuums with this, but the best way to get around that is just take out I believe there's a foam filter on this one. You can take that out, and then you can also, you're gonna wanna clean these every now and again too, because this is a bagless auto empty base, so you do need to clean some filters. Clean that, and also spray some smell good stuff on there. Just some, like, not Febreze, you don't wanna smell that through the house, but like just anything like your favorite cologne or anything just that'll make your house smell good, and you'll smell it coming out through there. Here is the auto empty bin right there. You just press that orange button on the side. Usually it opens, but if it doesn't, you just pull here and it'll pop open. You just do that above a trash can. And yeah, the good thing about bagless designs is you don't have to buy bags ever. So kind of once you have this thing, other than replacing the actual just parts on it, you won't really have to go back and buy stuff. So here is the room we'll be cleaning today. There's a bunch of rice in this corner. I have it spread all throughout the room and then over here. So let's see how it does in this room. All right, it just undocked. So this is not a matrix clean right here. This is just a regular clean on max mode. So what it is doing now is looking around the room with the LiDAR to see where it is in the house. This is where I docked it, of course. And now it is going to start heading to that room. for reviews coming up for robot vacuums. This is where a lot of the home reviews will take place in this room. Oh, there's an old picture of me on the ground. Let's see if it gets it. Nope, didn't get that one. All right, well, yeah, so it's gonna go this way. Well, that's because the brush is on this side. That's really smart of it. If it went on that side, that would be pretty pointless. All right, so there's no real rice or anything over here. It's gonna go under this chair. Most robots can do that. Oh, so we actually have a cat toy thing under there, which it's not really getting stuck on, but it is trying to clean pretty close to it to make sure it gets everything. Now that's actually another thing with this room. A lot of cat litter usually gets in the ground, so if Reggie jumps up fast enough, we might actually get to see how it cleans cat litter too. I'm sure he won't take too long in there. Yep. Robot vacuums usually get this thing to get off. I will see that. Yep. We need to repair this little piece of wood. Here are some other robots over here, the Dream L10S and the Eufy C10. Those reviews will be coming out soon as well. Oh, let's hope it doesn't go down there. I don't know if it'll be able to do that because there's actually a threshold right there. That is why this room is so good for testing robots, because you get to see how it does under thresholds. So, not exactly sure if it's going to be able to get back up from there. This is not known to be like a threshold type of robot. Okay, yep, a bunch of litter just came out. We'll see how it does here. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. It might just be like, it might just... We'll really have to see. This is a pretty freaking tall threshold for the shark. Oh, okay, the shark matrix made it over. Oh, picking up some rice. Watch it go back down there. Robot vacuums are so smart, but also so dumb sometimes. You really never know. All right, the shark is now done with that little corner. Now it is going to pick up the rice and go around the perimeter of the room still. You can actually see the LiDAR bouncing off of that couch. You cannot see that in real life. That would be really cool if you could see that. So here it goes picking up that rice. Did a pretty good job there. Yeah. And it doesn't really fling all the stuff around. It kind of just brings the rice in there. After it's done cleaning, we'll also see how good of a job it does at auto-emptying the rice, because the rice is pretty heavy to do. It is a pretty tall order for that auto-empty system. Let me move over here. We're going back here now. See if how much at risk it can go. That's getting a pretty good amount of it. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Come on. That really shows you, I mean, Reggie is a pretty big obstacle, so the fact that it can't avoid him and it has to trigger the bumper speaks to this thing's obstacle avoidance, that it doesn't really exist. Like right there, yeah, it bumped into that. Like, it's not gonna slam into your stuff like some of these older robots do, but it's definitely not gonna avoid them. So just be careful. You will have to pick up like cords and stuff like that before you run this thing every day. As you can see though, it does clean pretty well considering like what was here before. I mean, it's doing well. If you're running this thing every day, which I do recommend for basically all robot vacuums, honestly, because most of the time these robots, especially this one, because it does have that lighter on top, and most robots cannot get under this couch. I mean, it is just so thin. The only one that might be able to get close to doing it, but I still don't think, is the Eufy C10. That one is really good for getting under stuff. So this, in terms of, it will not just replace a vacuum. I guess it could if you just want to sweep under the couch and like sometimes, because this thing does clean pretty well. And for the money, the fact, like, if you get that refurbished one, that's the link I will put in my video. But if that is out of stock and you have to pay the, like, I believe it's $500 this thing retails for, you don't want to pay that. You can easily get a mopping robot that washes all of its mop pads and all that for less than $500. The Mova P10 Pro uses hot water mop washing for $400. So if you can get this thing for that bargain and you want just a vacuum only robot, and you don't want to pay any more, this definitely is a good option at that price point. Okay, now it's going to come over here. Doesn't want to get too close to the couch, but it is trying to get that side brush to go at least close to it. Put my foot up here. Not sure where it's going now. It does do pretty good rows to an extent. There it is, getting some of that rice over there, trying to get the rest. But I mean, even if it misses a little the day before, I mean, it'll get it the next day. So yeah, definitely put this thing on a schedule. And I mean, the best thing is it has a dock button on top. So if this thing is really annoying you when it comes out every day, you can always just send it home and it'll go right back to its dock. It's not like a big hassle or anything. Or even on the app, there's a button that you can just dock the robot. So definitely send this thing on a schedule. Even if it's not every single day, it just depends how clean you want your house. If you want a really clean house that is vacuumed every day, you're gonna want to run it every day, obviously. But if you're okay with things building up a little bit, you can run this thing like 3 times a week. I would at least run this thing once a week. Like if you're like one person in your house, no pets or anything, then you could probably get away with once a week and you're like a pretty clean person. Like my grandma does pretty well with, it's a very similar robot to this, the Shark AI. She got away with running that thing once a week for a while. Except it was picking up a lot of carpet and dust, so it couldn't auto-empty very well. So I actually did recommend to her too to bump it up to 2 or 3 times a week. But pretty soon I'm hoping to get her a gift, because I'm kind of, I don't hate Shark. This is probably my favorite Shark robot that I have, just because it just works. Like the Shark Never Touch Pro with the mopping. It says it mops really well, which it does mop pretty well. Like it'll get stains off pretty good, but it does streaks all over the ground. So this one really does do what it's supposed to do. So I like this one better for that reason. And like the lights on top and the speaker and just the looks do mean to me. Like it means something to me. And it has like a 60-day bin over the like 30-day bin on the AI. So this is probably my favorite Shark robot. If you can get it on that sale. definitely do it. But just because there are better things, Shark is not my favorite company. Oh, it looks like it's done cleaning, so let's see how it did. There is definitely still a little bit of rice on the ground, but not bad at all. Considering you can get this thing for just over $100 or even less sometimes, I mean, that is a pretty good bargain right there. Especially, well, eventually it'll get over. Might take a minute. Yep, there it goes. Maybe. Got one wheel over. Oh. Oh, going back. Like I said, it'll get back. It struggles with this, but it's not meant to be. It doesn't have like, oh, I can jump over thresholds really well, you know? But you guys have already seen it go over, so just for time purposes, I am going to get it over for now. And it'll go over back to the dock, which is over there. The dock is pretty small too. I mean, it's not something that's going to take up your entire house. Like the Mova has a pretty big dock. Not huge, but yeah, it's pretty decently sized. You could easily fit this under like some kind of cupboard. So this thing did pick up a pretty good amount of rice. So let's see how good it can be. I love how it can just go right in over that carpet. A lot of robots have trouble with that carpet, so I wish more robots. I don't know how Shark does it. I wish they could copy Shark in that regard. All right, Reggie, get out of the way. Get out of the way, dude. Go, go, go. I wish they could make it more robots do that. Shark's wheels seem to be pretty good, since it can get over that threshold. So we're gonna watch it auto empty one more time. I don't think it has a bunch of hair. I mean, like I said, the P10 Pro Ultra vacuums and mops. Like it vacuums every day and mops 3 times a week, so I'm sure there's not a bunch of hair in that vacuum today. But let's see. See if we can hear it. I definitely heard some sounds, like something was getting sucked up, so I could definitely have had to. Okay, not much hair wrap. If anything, just kind of what there was before from the salon. Let's do this. I definitely hear a little bit of rice in there. Wow, only a few pieces. That's not rice. Only a few little pieces left. So it did auto empty pretty well. Like I said, guys, I am going to leave that link to where you can get this thing. It actually the one that is on Amazon has like a little thing that it shoots air out so it can get corners too. So it is actually better than this robot. I will put that link in the video description. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. And other than that, aim high, not low, and never quit. Peace.